Peep, and Sleep. One rainy evening, Gordon was just settling down into the sheds with the other engines. His crew had died down his fire when the shed doors opened. A dark green engine backed into the shed between Gordon and James. We know, of course, that this was none other than Emily, the new engine.
"Hello," she greeted. "You all must be the mainline engines. So Topham had said I could stay here tonight."
We are, replied Gordon, and welcome here. Doc told us about you.
"And how come you're staying here tonight?" asked Henry. "Because the roof of my shed on my branch line has some leaky holes on it,"
replied Emily.
"and I couldn't get to sleep because the water dripped on me. Sir Topham had said the workmen will mend it while I'm staying in the next few days."
The engines felt sorry for Emily, but were very pleased to meet the Stirling Engine, and were soon chatting like old friends. But soon the night drew on, the rain was still pouring, and Emily went to sleep, and so did the other engines, all except Gordon, who before could close his eyes. A loud, shrill whistle echoed in the shed. Gordon looked, and there was Emily sleep whistling. "Oh, the indignity!" he groaned.
"Oh, I won't mind," yawned James.
"It sounds really pretty," put in Henry with a sleepy eye. Emily sleep whistled all night long, and poor Gordon was kept awake throughout it all. The next morning, when the rain had finally subsided, Nico shunted the express to a tired and weary Gordon at Knapford Station, and the passengers climbed in quickly. So Gordon was just about to fall asleep when... Tweet! "Oh, that's my cue!" he startled when he heard the guard's whistle. "Boop, boop," he whistled as he pulled the train out of the station. Soon, Gordon arrived to drop off his passengers at Elsbridge, sulking on how tired he was. Percy, who was collecting the mail from Tom Tippett the postman, and Thomas, who arrived to take passengers along his branch line with Annie and Clarabelle, were already there.
"Goodness me, Gordon!" exclaimed Thomas. "You look like you haven't slept well."
"It's Emily," grunted Gordon. "She kept me awake with her sleep whistling." Percy giggled.
"That reminds me. I heard you kept waking Gordon up with your whistle when he was going to sleep in the siding at Knapford, Thomas."
"Pah!" puffed Thomas. "You know, Percy, I already learned not to play silly games with Gordon anymore. If I hadn't done anything bad to him, I would have ended up getting dragged on the back of his express at high speed after the shunter forgot to uncouple me from it."
"Let it go, Thomas," said Annie. "It was just in the past," assured Clarabelle. "You know, perhaps I should sleep whistle as well sometimes,"
said Percy. "And I hope you stay away from my shed," Gordon snapped. And he puffed crossly away, and Thomas chuffed humbly away too.
"What did I do?" puffed Percy. "I was just trying to cheer up Gordon by saying I could sleep whistle sometimes."
"Don't take it so hard, Percy," said his driver. "Gordon's just lacking sleep. Hopefully he'll have a better night tonight."
"So do I,"
said Percy gravely, as he puffed away after his mailvans, which loaded up with mail and parcels. Meanwhile, since Emily was not on her branch line, but now the main line, Emily was taught how to pull any train she was given, just like the other big engines. Even freight cars found they tried not to play any tricks on her. Emily was having a wonderful time on the main line like never before.
This is wonderful, she thought. This reminds me of my branch line.
She steamed across the viaduct, where a bear oiled by with a train of oil tankers. "Hello, love. I hope you're doing well here on the main line," he tooted.
I am indeed, admired Emily. I do hope Gordon's all right with me, staying in the sheds again for another night.
And she puffed along the line when she reached the other side of the viaduct. But she soon found out about Gordon's reaction. Later that day, Gordon had long since dropped off his passengers at Lower Tidmouth station. He felt more tired after last night. He could catch a few winks, but unfortunately, he never got a chance as Emily puffed in with her first mainline passenger train.
Hello again, Gordon, she whistled. I just wanted to say thank you and your mainline friends so much for the company and the quiet hospitality back at the sheds last night. I slept well, peacefully last night.
"Yeah, you may have a good sleep," came a sharp reply, "but unfortunately, I was awake all night because of your sleep whistle."
Oh my, cried Emily. I just didn't do it on purpose, did I? I mean, I had no idea that I would sleep whistle all the time during the night. Look, Gordon, my poor shed roof back on my branch line still has holes in it. It'll soon be mended, then it's back there for me. I'm so sorry, Gordon, for what happened last night. Maybe next time I'll try again.
"You absolutely may not," hissed Gordon. "I'm not gonna let you sleep in my shed again. It's no use saying you're sorry. I know your shed was too leaky for you to sleep in, but as far as I'm concerned, you can find somewhere else to sleep tonight. I'd rather sleep 100 years than listen to your silly sleep whistle." Emily was shocked as Gordon stormed out of the station with the express. Emily looked rather hurt. She didn't mean to upset Gordon on purpose, but he already made that up and wanted her to sleep somewhere else. That evening, Emily crawled into the shed and napped for it. She kept thinking about what Gordon was saying earlier. Then Nico arrived. He had finished his shunting duty, and now could see that Emily was unhappy. "What's the matter?" asked Nico. Emily told him about Gordon. "So I can sleep here." "Ho ho!" laughed Nico. "You don't know my cousin Gordon, do you? He may have gone tired or grumpy," he went on, "but he never would have made up his mind if you hadn't kept him awake with your sleep whistle last night. Well, of course you can sleep here if you like. Harvey and I sleep here every night." "Who's Harvey?" asked Emily. "I am," came a booming voice. Emily jumped. Backing towards her was a dark red crane engine with a bright red hook hanging on the chain to attach to his arm. "So you're Harvey," she exclaimed. "But you're an engine that looks like a crane." "Well, I'm a crane engine," explained Harvey. "I run on steam instead of petrol and stunt like any breakdown train. I could lift engines and trains back on the rails when they come off the tracks by accident. That's my emergency job." You must be Emily, hmm? I heard about you.
That's me,
Said Emily.
such a wonderful to meet you.
Please make your acquaintance, said Harvey appreciatively. Maybe I could leave you back on the rails when you're off the track by accident sometime.
Don't worry, Harvey.
Chuckled Emily.
I'll be staying on the rails safely, no matter how hard I could try. Now let's get some sleep, shall we?
Then it's all settled, said Nico. Good night. And they drifted happily to sleep. Meanwhile, Gordon was satisfied to find that the other engines slept quietly at Tidmouth sheds. Oh, goody, he sighed. No sleeping whistles. No nothing but snores. He turned around onto the turntable and backed into his berth. He had just closed his eyes when his crew had left. But as Gordon slept, something strange began to happen. Gordon appeared to emit one last puff of smoke as his fire died down, and a ghost engine floated out of it, swirling around Gordon and repeating over and over again. For 100 years you will sleep. You'll never waken nor will peep. And the more the ghost engine said this, the more changes happened in the shed. Cracks on the walls started to appear. Moss and ivy started to form across the pole and the shed roof, and the more Gordon slept, the more he appeared to decay. Rust started to appear all around him, and his funnels started clogging with cobwebs. But Gordon slept and slept and slept until the shed door burst open, and Gordon woke with a start. But standing before him was his driver and fireman. Sorry, old boy, said the driver, but we've got an early day ahead of us. Gordon was pleased to be woken up. He looked around and found the sheds. Some other engines were still asleep while they waited for their crews to come while the other ones were gone to work. And himself was still the same as he had remembered. Oh, thank goodness, he sighed. Once his crew had fired him up, Gordon set off to work. But first, he had better apologize to Emily. Gordon began to make his way to Knapford Station to prepare the express train. He found Emily, who Sir Topham Hatt was talking to, by the water tower on his way over. Your shed roof is mended now, he said to Emily. The holes are all patched up so they don't leak on you anymore when it rains again. I hope you've been doing well on the main line in 2 days, and then it's back to your branch line.
I sure have, sir,
said Emily happily.
But today, I'm going back to my branch line, especially when I sleep in my shed again.
That's a good engine, Emily, Sir Topham Hatt said, and walked away. As Emily was about to leave, Gordon came along. I'm sorry I was rude yesterday to you, Emily, he apologized. Would you like to stay in Tidmouth sheds again sometimes?
Of course, Gordon, thank you, said Emily. And it's a good thing, too, because today my roof is mended, and I can hardly wait to sleep in my shed again tonight.
Gordon was glad. Where did you sleep, though?
There was Nafford's shed further away from your shed, replied Emily. It was very nice there, and I slept soundly well with my new friends Nico and Harvey.
Well, you're more than welcome to stay at Tidmouth tonight again, said Gordon happily. Not just mine, but it also belongs to me, Henry, James, Bear, Dedham, and Dudley. The two engines beamed brightly as Gordon carried on his way back to work. Secretly, he was more than happy to have Emily for company with the other engines once more. Between you and me, Gordon would rather drift off to sleep on Emily's sleep whistle than being asleep for 100 years. And as for Emily, she was pleased to be sleeping in her shed under her branch line again, with a new roof on top. The halls were all patched up so it could no longer have any leaks when it rained or any weather during the night. And Emily, of course, never gets wet while she sleeps ever again.